For our first trip of 2023, we decided to do an overnighter at the Hill House Manor located in Gainesville, Texas, not to be confused with Haunted Hill House located in Mineral Wells. Ironically, before 2004 and back to its origin, there's not a lot of known documented history, but what we have found through most of our research is that this place used to be a speakeasy. You'll also hear a tale of an incident that happened in the murder room, which involved two cowboys that got into an altercation over a woman in which one of the cowboys shot and killed the other one. The account of this incident was given to the owner by multiple mediums that have visited the property over time. So first impression, from the outside looking at it, it looks totally normal. There's nothing creepy about it. And then even upon first entering the house, there's nothing that's off-putting. For our overnight stay, we arrived early and had the pleasure of meeting and talking to the maintenance man. While talking to him, he gave us some of his firsthand testimony and witnesses that he had with paranormal activity around the house. We even asked him, does he do work in the house at night? And he looked at us very seriously and said, no, he will not do anything in this house after dark. Upon hearing that, I looked at Melanie and we kind of gave each other that look of concern, like, are we going to be okay here for the night? So Melanie, what's your first impression of the house?
Well, it was kind of a little different. And I guess normal is the perfect word to use. Feel like a normal, let's go visit family kind of trip.
Wouldn't go that far with it, but
Well, like even when we pulled up, I just like looking at you and I'm like, is this it? And you're like, yeah, this is it.
So as for the layout for the house, and this is in reference to the rooms, no particular order, you have the command center, which is the room where most paranormal investigating teams will stage and prep their equipment, main floor kitchen, parlor room. Some consider this the safe room, storage area, well room. This room is called the well room because guess what? It has an underground well located in it. This well was discovered by the current owner during renovations. Then you come to the infamous murder room, window room, fireplace room. Now the fireplace room is claimed to have two portals in it, one being in the fireplace and one also being in the closet. Then you come to the upstairs kitchen. First order of business, after we did our initial walkthrough, we started setting up our equipment and cameras and getting ready for our surveillance session. All right, so we'll be back.
Leave this place. Leave this place. Stop the camera. I was in the military.
We're back.
Oh my gosh.
What is that?
I don't know, but
You go to the other STI. Well, I'm down like this one.
Willie. He's coming.
Said he's coming? Yes, I am.
oh my gosh.
Hey, that was pretty impressive. You see that?
Yeah.
He said he's
that
coming.
He's coming.
I know.
Doesn't it only record for a little while?
No, it records to our phones. So that would be on our phone. Yeah, I know, Freddie.
If we have to.
This one's holding out.
That's good.
Now, after surveillance, we attempted to debunk a couple of things that showed up while we were reviewing our footage from the surveillance session. Earlier, when we were looking at the surveillance video from when we were away from the house, we noticed that there's two things we need to debunk. One of them being up here, and it's the EMF meter. So we noticed the EMF meter had a lot of activity on it, which wasn't normal, but for some reason when we were setting up, we didn't notice it. So we're gonna go up here and check out, well, wrong way. We're gonna go up here and check it out and see exactly what made it go off and if it was legitimate or if it was just because this outlet is right next to it.
Okay, so during this surveillance, we had the EMF right there. And it's going off like non-stop. So we gotta see. So it's not the horse itself.
So it's not going off nowhere else around the horse. It's just when it's sitting on the horse's back. So we know that light makes it go off.
Seems like it'd be kind of far away.
Yeah, that is.
That's really good. Oops. Oops. That's like a little bit. But when we put it on the horse, it was going crazy. So what is making it go off like that? Let's see.
Is that horse made of metal or wood? No, it's wood. Hmm.
High activity in this whole room. I don't know. What do you think?
Hmm.
Well, let's see. It's not the lamp. Whoa. It's like right in the middle of the room.
After that, we started our investigation in the murder room. Now, during our investigation, we didn't really get a lot of activity, so there's not a lot to report, or at least nothing of significant importance. So from there, we went ahead and went to the well room to conduct the second part of the investigation.
Is there anybody who wants to come talk to us? Someone want to say hi to Willie? Can you say hi, Willie? We're here from Colorado. Do you know where Colorado is? Have you ever been to Colorado? Can you tell us what your name is? Did you come here for the whiskey and women? Do you like the ladies? Uh-huh. Did you stop here at this house to see the ladies? Can you touch this antenna in the middle of the table for yes? If you're one of the ladies. Oh, there we go. So you came here for the ladies, right? Touch the antenna for yes. Did you drink a lot of whiskey? Did you drink beer? Do you know Willie? Willie likes to party too. What? Did it say a bad word?
Oh, I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it? Okay, then maybe it didn't. Maybe I just hear bad words. I don't know. Because that's like the third bad word I thought I heard. Is it true? Is it true that there's bodies in that well? What did it say?
It's like it said yes, right?
It did sound like it said yes. That is not okay. Is there really bodies in that well? Are the ladies allowed in this room? It sounded like it said no.
Did you follow us in here from the other room?
Are you a cowboy? I didn't know if it answered the cowboy or when you asked it, did it follow us?
Did you follow us in here from the other room?
I think someone should come in here and sit on the couch and talk to us. Really likes that one. Should we switch it out?
Which one?
Switch out the REM pod and the mail meter?
Yeah, we can.
And maybe it'll follow the mail meter?
Yeah. All right.
Oh, it just likes the spot. Look at that go off.
Whoa.
A cat ball! That's our first cat ball! Oh my gosh. Can you make the other cat ball go off? Oh my gosh. I can't believe the cat ball went off.
Okay, now let's try it.
Gonna try the ghost tube.
Yeah, we can.
You'll have to set it up so it can record you. That was probably me.
That was you, yeah.
No energy.
No energy.
Well, if you sit on the couch and rest and sit next to that lights, it'll give you energy. Take a little break. Sit down over there. Will that help you? There's lots of batteries around here. You can use any of them.
Why are you here?
We came to party. We came to hang out. Is that okay?
Caution. Hidden.
Hidden? What's hidden? Is there something hidden in here? Something hidden in this room? Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? That sounds like a door.
Underground well.
Underground well.
Oh my gosh. I asked if something was hidden. And it said underground well. Okay, that's creepy. I don't like that. Is something hidden in the underground well? Okay, that was just too crazy.
I heard that door.
Did you?
Yeah, it's amplified everything on here through these headphones. I heard that.
It was like hinges, huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy that you heard it too, because I could hear everything loud in these headphones.
Roy.
Roy, see? That is the name. Someone else? No. I don't think that Satan's name is Roy. Does Roy act like Satan? Whoa. Oh, man.
Sing.
Are you going to go to the sink? There's a surprise over there if you go to the sink.
No.
No. Okay.
Locomotive.
Wow.
Yep, the train just passed the locomotive.
That's crazy.
Do you still hear it? I can still hear it in my headphones. Can you hear it?
Little bit.
Okay.
Okay, that was cool. We could go upstairs. We got a lot in
I
here.
can't speak.
You can, though. You are. Yeah, we can go upstairs. We got a lot in here.
From there, we proceeded upstairs to conduct our investigation in the window room. Now, while we were on site, we didn't notice anything of significant importance. But when we got home and we looked at some of the footage afterwards, we started noticing a couple of minor things that we weren't able to lock in on while we were in the house.
Darkness.
Whoa.
What was the you? Did it say something? Did it say you darkness?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so it's on right
I
now.
like you.
I like you too.
Wow. Well, we see you found one of our toys. How about the ones in the middle of the room? Does anybody want to come talk to us? Come play in the toy room? Do you want to come to the middle of the room? Come a little bit closer? Do you see the rope that's on the floor?
True.
That's a trip with that pretty thing. Is your name Alan?
Not likely.
Your name's not Alan? On your way over, you could kick one of the cat balls.
No thanks.
That's awesome. Well, you don't have to kick one of the cat balls. You could just touch this silver antenna. We have plans at 3 a.m., so if you want to talk to us,
Please stop.
to stop that noise, you have to move away from it. If you come over this way, there you go. Come
Stay.
over. Come over this way. Stay. Go in the middle of the room.
It's outside.
What's outside?
Louder.
What's out there? What is outside?
Then lastly, before we called it a night, we did the upstairs kitchen where we played cards. And we picked up a couple of things
Yeah.
while we were doing the
It was
investigation
pretty
in there.
cool, yeah. Dealer has an 8. Do you want to hit or stay?
I'm gonna stay.
Stay?
Yeah.
You want to hit or stay?
Say stay.
Said stay twice. They got 20 on the table and they said stay. How about you over here? You want to hit or stay? Dang. What is that? 17. 17. You want to hit or stay? Should we hit? 19. Hit or stay? Dealer bust. So we were told y'all don't like women around here. Is that true? You don't like women? Yeah. Are you a cowboy?
This will say yeah.
Do you have a gun? What kind of gun do you carry? We waited till 3 o'clock in the morning to come talk to you guys. What do you have to say?
Well, for the overall experience, from the time we showed up to it feeling like you were in a normal house as the night progressed, it went to creepy, then to unsettling. It's definitely a slow burn location, meaning that it creeps up on you over time. You don't show up overwhelmed with so much history about this place where you think everything's going to be jumping at you and there's a demon in every closet. It's not that type of location. It's not that type of party. The question we always ask ourselves when we're done is, would we do it again? And we talked about it and we said yes.
Absolutely.
The key to Hill House Manor is you got to have patience and you need to take your time. There's a lot happening around you that if you're not paying attention, you may miss it. Another key is you got to have a good audio recording device, because a lot of things we didn't pick up on until we got back and started reviewing all the footage from every part of the investigation. So that's really the key to Hill House Manor. It's nothing jumping out at you when you come in the door, and the stories aren't so out there where you're terrified sitting in your car looking at the house, coming up to it. But it, over time, over the night, if you listen and you pay attention when you're in that house, it'll start to creep you out a little bit. It will. When it was time to go, we were ready to go.